Albert Einstein, the atomic bomb, and the rise of modern weapons. In 1939, a single letter changed the course of human history. It warned that a new type of weapon, more powerful than anything ever created, was becoming possible. A weapon capable of destroying entire cities in seconds. The letter was sent to the President of the United States, and the signature at the bottom belonged to one of the greatest scientific minds in history, Albert Einstein. But here is the surprising truth. Einstein did not build the atomic bomb, yet his discoveries made it possible, and his warning helped start the project that created it. This is the complex story of Albert Einstein, nuclear weapons, and the science that transformed warfare forever. Chapter 1. The Mind That Changed Physics. Albert Einstein was born in 1879 in Germany. As a young student, he showed extraordinary curiosity about how the universe worked. But few could imagine that his ideas would one day influence both modern science and modern warfare. In 1905, Einstein published a series of revolutionary papers. This year would later be called his miracle year. Among his discoveries was a simple equation that would become one of the most famous formulas in history: E equals mc squared. This equation revealed something astonishing. Matter and energy are actually interchangeable. Even a tiny amount of matter could be converted into enormous amounts of energy. At the time, this idea seemed purely theoretical, but decades later, it would become the scientific foundation of nuclear weapons. Chapter 2. The Discovery of Nuclear Energy. In the 1930s, scientists began discovering the secrets hidden inside the atom. Researchers learned that splitting certain atoms could release enormous energy. This process became known as nuclear fission. When uranium atoms split, they release energy and additional particles that can split more atoms. This creates a chain reaction. If controlled, nuclear fission can produce electricity, but if uncontrolled, it can produce an atomic explosion. Scientists realized that Einstein's equation, E equals mc squared, explained why nuclear reactions released so much energy. A small loss of mass was converted directly into powerful energy. Suddenly, nuclear weapons were no longer science fiction. They were scientifically possible. Chapter 3. The Fear of Nazi Germany. In the late 1930s, Europe was becoming increasingly dangerous. Adolf Hitler and Nazi Germany were expanding aggressively. Many scientists feared that German researchers might develop atomic weapons first. Several physicists who had fled Nazi persecution became deeply concerned. Among them was Hungarian physicist Leo Szilard. Szilard believed the United States government needed to act quickly, but he needed someone powerful enough to get the president's attention. He turned to one of the most famous scientists in the world, Albert Einstein. Chapter 4. The Letter That Started the Manhattan Project. In August 1939, Einstein signed a letter addressed to U.S. President Franklin Roosevelt. The letter warned that Nazi Germany might be developing atomic weapons. It also explained that uranium could be used to create extremely powerful bombs. Einstein urged the United States government to begin nuclear research immediately. The letter helped convince Roosevelt to support research into nuclear weapons. This effort eventually became known as the Manhattan Project. It would become one of the largest scientific and military projects in history. Thousands of scientists and engineers began working secretly to build the world's first atomic bomb. Chapter 5. Einstein's surprising role. Despite his famous letter, Einstein was not directly involved in the Manhattan Project. The US government actually considered him a security risk because of his political views and pacifist beliefs. Einstein did not work on bomb design. He did not participate in the laboratories that built the weapon. However, his scientific discoveries remained essential. Without Einstein's physics, nuclear weapons might never have been understood. His work helped scientists understand how mass could be transformed into enormous energy. Chapter 6: The Atomic Bomb. After years of secret research, the first atomic bomb was successfully tested in 1945. The test took place in the New Mexico desert. Moments after the explosion, the sky lit up with a blinding flash. A massive mushroom cloud rose into the air. Humanity had entered the nuclear age. Soon afterwards, atomic bombs were dropped on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The explosions destroyed large parts of both cities and caused devastating loss of life. World War II ended shortly afterwards, but the world had changed forever. Chapter 7: Einstein's Regret. After the war, Einstein expressed deep concern about nuclear weapons. He later said that signing the letter to Roosevelt was one of his most difficult decisions of his life. He explained that he only supported the project because he feared Nazi Germany might build the bomb first. Once the war ended, he became a strong advocate for international control of nuclear weapons. He warned that humanity now possesses technology powerful enough to destroy itself. Einstein spent the rest of his life promoting peace and global cooperation. Chapter 8: Einstein's Physics and Ballistic Missiles. While Einstein did not work on missile weapons directly, his theories also influenced technologies used in modern missiles. Ballistic missiles rely heavily on advanced physics, including relativity, nuclear energy, advanced mathematics, and guidance systems. Modern missile navigation systems also rely on precise timing and physics concepts influenced by Einstein's theory of relativity. These ideas are essential for accurate satellite navigation and global positioning systems. Today, these technologies are used not only in military systems, but also in everyday tools like GPS. Chapter 9: The Nuclear Age. After World War II, nuclear weapons spread across several powerful nations. The world entered a tense period known as the Cold War. Countries began building large nuclear arsenals and long-range ballistic missiles capable of delivering them across continents. The destructive power of these weapons became a constant reminder of the dangers of modern technology. Einstein's scientific discoveries had opened the door to incredible knowledge, but they had also revealed humanity's capacity to build weapons of unimaginable power. A legacy of genius and responsibility. Albert Einstein is remembered as one of the greatest scientists in human history. His ideas revolutionized physics and transformed our understanding of the universe. Yet his story also raises an important question. Scientific discoveries can change the world in powerful ways, but how those discoveries are used depends on human choices. Einstein once warned humanity with these words: "The splitting of the atom has changed everything except our way of thinking." His message remains relevant today because the future of powerful technologies like nuclear weapons and artificial intelligence will always depend on the wisdom of those who use them.